The recently unveiled Honky 19 can be said to be the focus of the audience. This is also the debut of the medium-range anti-missile system. As a new generation of surface-to-air missile weapon system, Honky 19 has the characteristics of strong penetration and confrontation capabilities. Not only can it intercept medium and long-range ballistic missiles, it also has the ability to counter glide maneuver, penetration, and advanced missiles in the atmosphere. Wide interception speed range. Large interception range. This means that the Honky 19 kinetic energy interceptor can achieve high speed and high maneuverability and detect incoming ballistic missiles and hypersonic missile targets in advance. That is to say, the speed of the launched kinetic energy interceptor is faster than the speed of the opponent's incoming missile. Because its maximum flight speed can reach Mach 17, able to launch and destroy within effective interception distance. Also note, this is the world's first anti-aircraft missile that can intercept hypersonic gliding blankets. Currently, Donda has the sharpest anchor. There is also the strongest shield. Middle East. Lebanese Hezbollah launches multiple military operations. The first is the use of Noor rockets. It may be an improved version of the 240mm Faraj 2 rocket. Bombing of a military assembly point in the northern Israeli settlement of Avivim. Killed at least one Israeli soldier. Many people were seriously injured. The Second World sent out a drone attack squadron. Strikes at the Bilu military base south of Tel Aviv. 3 carried out a comprehensive attack using missiles and drones against the Stella Maris naval base northwest of Haifa. This was followed by the firing of more than 50 rockets at the settlement of Ravind in the northern Israeli region within 15 minutes. Since Israel launched ground operations in Lebanon, Hezbollah fires missiles, rockets, and drones into northern Israel every day. According to Israel's news channel 12, former Israeli Army Command and Staff School Principal Nam Moshe Ridabon, commander of the Northern Region Corps, revealed, Army B did not tell the truth. Army B has lost at least 10,000 soldiers in the war with Palestine and Lebanon over the past year, equivalent to losing an entire division of troops. Of course, it may actually be far more than this data. Other media reports, there is a serious manpower shortage within the Israeli occupation forces. The number of combat soldiers has been significantly reduced. According to the Times of Israel, the Israeli Defense Ministry signs an arms deal worth $5.2 billion with the US company Boeing, including 25 F-15 fighter jets, and may purchase 25 more. Deliveries are expected to begin in 2031. Delivery of 4 to 6 aircraft per year. Of course, all the $5.2 billion in military procurement funds comes from US military aid to Israel. News from Russia and Ukraine. The Russian army recently suffered a serious defeat. The Russian army encountered a blow from the Ukrainian army during an armored offensive in the direction of Petrogorivka. As a result, many Russian tanks and armored vehicles were destroyed. Dozens of soldiers were killed or wounded. At present, the Russian army is very dissatisfied with this matter. They revealed, participating in the attack was the 123rd Motorcycle Brigade under the Russian Second Army. Brigade commander accused of incompetence. He ordered the attack without arranging any fire support, and failed to properly plan follow-up actions. As a result, soldiers injured in the battle are still stranded on the battlefield and cannot be evacuated. According to Reuters, 2 U.S. officials revealed, North Korean troops recently had their first small-scale battle with Ukrainian troops in Kursk, Russia, but they refused to disclose the results and details of the battle. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump team has not ended the conflict in Ukraine. Propose a plan is to establish a 1,300-kilometer-long military buffer zone along the current front line, and will ask European allies to send troops to manage. And the United States will not send peacekeeping troops there, and then delay Ukraine's membership of NATO by at least 20 years. In exchange, Washington to provide arms to Kyiv to prevent future conflicts from re-erupting. Also issued a warning to Russia. If Russia does not agree to this plan, us to double military aid to Ukraine and liberalize weapons restrictions. According to Protoko, the Biden administration is exploring how to get ahead of Trump's return to the White House. Ways to deliver final tranche of emergency aid worth more than $6 billion to Ukraine. The United States also tested intercontinental missiles. The United States launches an unwarheaded Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile from Vandenberg Space Base in California. The missile traveled approximately 6,759 kilometers before landing at the Ronald Reagan Ballistic Missile Defense Test Site on Kwajalein Atoll. One of the reasons why Trump was able to return to the White House in this U.S. election is that Trump adopted the route of surrounding the cities from the countryside. According to AFP, voters in rural America largely voted for Trump. This is completely contrary to the predictions of pollsters. In this election, Trump team puts rural voters at center of campaign strategy. Attract voters by focusing on rural areas that have been abandoned and ignored by urban elites. According to data reported by CNN in the United States, 63% of rural votes went to Trump this time. Some are happy, and some are sad. Pelosi waits for Harris to deliver her election speech. Looking melancholy, he was panicking while holding back tears.